Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I thought it would be fun to go back and kind of revisit the 10 books to finish tag. Now this was started in 2021 by another little piece of my art. I don't know if she's rehosting it this year. However, it was a really fun challenge and I completely bombed it, but I decided, after kind of like reviewing everything that I had picked, I kind of identified some of my problems. Now, at the time, the books I had picked, I really liked working on. However, the most important thing is, we get new books every month. Our tastes and preferences change, and in my case, that was definitely the case. That said, there are a few books that were from last year's that will be included, but basically I am starting brand new. I'm not even gonna worry about what was in the past, and just kind of move forward and see how I do this time around. So I think I counted correctly and I have 10. Now these are in no particular order, but excuse me. So the first coloring book is a PDF coloring book. Now this is Mariola Budek's Hair Inspirations. Oh, see, the Jets are back. Now this is her first hair inspirations books that she ever came out with. These are PDF books, so don't let that mistake you, but for example, where is it? I already have a few colored in here, so that's also usually tells me this is a book I enjoy and I'll keep coloring. So here's all the styles in here. So it's just 9. The reason they say 18 pages is you can get dark or light grayscale. Now my goal is to just at least color all 9. Now already this year, by the way, I have started and finished this one here. This one here I started in December but finished in January. This was in January. This one was finished in January, and this one I just finished in January as well. So I only have like what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left to do in here. But yeah, here's like the one I just did. I'll be showing that on my completed pages. I think I did another one in here too. I mean, I know they're in here, they're just kind of scattered. So like here's that other one that I had just done. And here's that one that I have a tutorial on my channel for this one, by the way. So yeah, that was the other thing. I'm picking books that I've already started or I just know I'm going to color. So book number 1 for my 10 books to finish is the Mariola Budek Hair Inspirations. Okay. Number 2 is also a PDF book, and this is Beauty Inspirations. So these actually have like more face and less just hair, and I want to really try and finish this one. Now she does have Beauty Inspirations 1, which I own. I just it doesn't suit me as much, but I will color in it. It's just not as calling to me. So very pretty pictures in here. You've probably seen these done. They're pretty popular. I actually just finished this one yesterday. Well, yesterday for me, but who knows what time this will come up on my channel, using Black Widows. So, but yeah, like all sorts of gorgeous images to color from. So these will take me a lot longer because they do have skin, and whatnot, but I'll be working through this and hopefully finishing it this year. All right. Yes, another digital. I had mentioned that, the start of this year, I'm really into portraits and PDFs because I do have a preference on paper. I'm a paper snob. So you'll be seeing a lot more of those this year, and so I figured I might as well tie in that whole love with what I plan to color. Oh my gosh, these jets are killing me. They never fly until I turn on my camera. So this is the, that one's really loud. This is Hair Inspirations Natural. So she's got like romantic, wedding, hair inspirations 1 and 2. So I went natural because I actually really like these. Now, here's like a little preview of the images. Now, hair inspirations about her are all hair. Now, these take a while to do. Like, look at this beast here. All of these are going to take a very long time. I actually did a mini tutorial using this one, but I never actually finished it. So I have not yet completed a single one out of here. So I have my work cut out for me, very detailed, but it'll be a lot of fun. And I think because, you know, I love coloring hair and I enjoy these because it lets me practice my skin work without being like full on. So let me grab the last PDF. Now, this one's pretty ambitious because those other ones were like, what, 9 images? This is, so I had originally bought Rain Art's Portraits of Beauty, the printed version. She sent it to me. It's on this very thick cardstock, but it's very, very slick. Honestly, I would say it's for markers. That's about the only thing I could think that would work on it. So I went and bought the PDF version, and I have printed it out on paper I like. Plus, I have done some on the tan toned, some images that I felt would be better on tan toned, and some images I thought would be better on white. So that's why I haven't bound this yet because I'm saving it for my Etsy haul. But you'll see some tan tone, some white mixed in here. But yeah, these I looked through, and every single image in here is something I want to color. So I think this will be a really fun one to do. Look at this artwork. It's just beautiful. So yeah, I have added this to the list. It is quite ambitious though, because I mean, we're talking, I don't even know how many portraits are in here. I'll be putting sticky notes on each one of these, marking that it's one of my 10 books to finish. I'll be adding it to my Ruby Charms book as well, and then just kind of tracking to see how far I get. Now, if I don't finish these by the end of this year, I'm not going to stress about it. Like, if I'm not going to force myself. These are going to just be, my art studio is getting ready to move in. I'm going to have a little special place where these are constantly stored. And yeah, if I get to them, groovy. If not, whatever. I just want to see how many I can complete in them. So let me set that off to the side. So that was 4. Okay, we're done with the PDF books, I think. Should be. All right, number 5. What is this loan? Oh, this is from that Hair Inspirations one that I was showing you. I had done in fact, I'm going to slide it in there because I need to reprint it. So that actually goes to this one. I had done that teal hair tutorial, and I was trying to remember which one to reprint. Okay, so now we're on to number 5. Chibi Girls coloring book. Now this one I've actually done some pages in, so I like to do chibis with markers. I really love chibi and kawaii style art for markers. I do usually pull these out, scan them, and put them on. These are both on Arteza marker paper. That was before I found the hammer mill. This was done with like Arteza Everblend, and this with Ohuhu. In fact, I think there's a color along on my channel using those. But yeah, all the artwork in here is super cute. I'll probably stick to doing this with marker, but every image in here is something I want to color, so I don't see any issue. They've got one for every season. So I think this will be fun. I'll be scanning and putting these on like my hammer mill for sure to either use with Ohuhus or Copics. I do also have the new sketch marker that I need to try out, but there's not a ton of colors in there. I also own a few Art and Flies, not a lot. And I have the bullet and chisel nib of Color It, but I won't use those in here unless it's like a background. But if you want to see any color alongs out of anything I'm showing you here, please let me know in the comments below. Now remember, this will be markers. Okay, so what was that again? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so number 6. This is actually from last year, Enchanted Faces by Hannah Lynn. It's one of the pocket books. I did actually complete a few this year. I'm trying to think. Not a ton, but I don't think that was this year. I think that was the year before. This was this year. I need to start dating my pages. This was this year. This was definitely this year. In fact, this was just last month. This year. I still have quite a few to do in here this year because I did that with Castle Arts. I think that was last year. I'm working on this one right now. I think that was last year. Oops. Last year. This one's this year. See, I still have so many to do. I think there's like 50 in here. I don't know. It's like never ending. Last year, I think. Yeah, January 21. This was this year, but at Christmas, actually. So I guess last year. This one was last year as well, I guess, technically, because it was Christmas. So yeah, I've got a lot of work to do in here still. But I'm really going to try and finish this one. It's 50 images. Like I said, I'll be going through with like a sticky note and putting it on there. How many I already had done before I started. Okay. Why do I keep losing count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, okay. I do have 10, so I'm good. All right. So I got Carolina Kubikowska this year. Now, that is part of the other issue is a lot of the books I had picked at the beginning of January last year. I had collected so many cool books this year that just piqued my interest more. Now, I'm not going to be buying as many books this year. I have plenty to work through. And books I do buy this year are high-end books. Books like these. Hardcover, incredible paper. Her other two are spiral bound with the most insane paper ever. Linda Ravenscroft books, you know, so that was the thing, you know, I'm buying more quality books, less create space and all that, so I don't think I'll have as many issues, but it was hard to pick between the 3 that I had gotten for her. I'm hoping her others come back in stock so I can snag those, including her postcards. Even though they cost a fortune, I really want to get her postcards, and work on them. So the reason I went with this one, because I do have her 2 other ones. Her 2 other ones, by the way, are huge. And I have not colored in this yet, but this does not have as good of paper as the other ones. That said, it's still thick enough. But the reason I picked this one is because I'm going to tackle this with distress ink, mostly. Instead of watercolor mediums, while the other ones are more watercolor. This paper is a lot thinner and wouldn't handle it. So I'm going to try this with distress ink because I own all those inks and they never get used. And then watercolor pencils and maybe some Derwent ink tints with the alcohol blender. But basically mediums that won't buckle the paper as much. That's kind of my goal, but I thought this would be a great book to practice distress ink work. I'm going to do a few color alongs that I've seen Zucchini Kitty do, so I'll kind of learn some techniques. But that's kind of my plan with this one, is really to focus heavily on distress ink and just kind of learn my technique and follow her similar style, you know, where she has these pages that give you an idea. But that's my goal with this one this year. Okay. Christy Rice's Spring Cutting Garden. Now, this is a watercolor book. There's 25 illustrations. Now, what I plan to do, because I'm getting all these watercolor pencils, I have a whole stack like over there. Seriously, one rumble and that thing's tumble. And but I was thinking of like a page like this where it's all repeats. So when I do my first impressions, for example, a wonderful subscriber by the name of Faye has contributed another set to the watercolor battle royale. These are the Fantasia 36 watercolor pencils. So what I plan to do is, because we have so many of these, I'm not going to do like super slow, you know, swatching first impressions. Instead, I'm going to do kind of like mini reviews, so swatches, and playing around with them before they are entered into the battles. So I'm going to use pages like this in Christy Rice's book, any that have like repeat patterns like this, and I'm going to test them. Like, so I'll grab this whole group of flowers and use just those Fantasia on this one, and I'll write Fantasia here. And then my goal is each brand, you know, we'll do a little test, you know, checking out the colors, seeing how they work. This is watercolor paper. It's not, I would not say this is 300 GSM, but you know, I've been wrong before. Doesn't really say. Bet you it says on the Amazon thing. Either way, doesn't matter. I'm looking for a pattern page where the image itself is the same so that I can do a repeat. So that one, where is it? This one, and yeah, this one. So these two will be like tester pages for this project. And then the rest of this, I just want to practice coloring. I have so many palettes, you know, from all these watercolor confections I've been collecting to watercolor pencils I just want to play with. So I'll be using that. So I think it'll be pretty easy to fill out 25 of these, maybe. Okay. 50 Stylish Mandalas by Camellia Angel Kova. I have yet to finish a mandala book. Fun fact, so I rebought all of her books, right down to the 100, 101 sets, because back when I did them, you know, I kind of was like sloppy. I wasn't really looking at color palettes and just kind of did whatever. I've already done a few in here, as you can see. This one I have to hope I can find similar colors. I do tend to use glitter gel pen, although I have been using like my Bics and Sharpies. This is a combo of Sharpie and glitter gel pen. So yeah, my goal this year is to finish this one. This is her latest. Who knows if she'll come out with another one this year. I hope she does. But yeah, I rebought every single one of hers to start over, and then I gave my daughter all the old ones just to practice on. But I would like to finish this one this year. Okay, last but not least, this may be overly ambitious, but this is a pretty small book. These new Hannah Carlson ones, all her tales from the whatchamacallit series, I mean, my finger is fatter than the book, so it's not like I'm trying to do one of her bigger ones, but this is one where I'm doing it all in pastels, and I have a good deal of pages already done. So, you know, I'm already off to a fairly good start here, so it's not like I'm starting fresh. I even got that one there. Oops. I'm going to be organizing my Felissimos this month as well, because there's so many pastels in there. So yeah, I just plan to, this one I need to finish. This is with my Indras, and you guys know I'm collecting pastel pencils. I even caved and bought those new ones from Brute Fooner that I said I wouldn't buy. You know what, just, if I say I'm not going to buy something, just plan on it showing up. So yeah, I'm going to try and finish this year. I'm having fun with the pastels. I do want to buy a second copy of this book, though, and color it in non-pastel, because this page, for example, right here, I would love to tackle as a non-pastel page as well. But pastels are fun. They're a little more relaxing, less pressure about color combos. You can have a little fun, like, you know, mix some purples, and it kind of teaches you to have some fun with what you mix. But yeah, I would love to redo this book outside of pastels too. This is probably one of my favorites. I used my vintage pastel paints in the background from Prima. I think Prima, didn't they rename themselves? Yeah, I guess they're Art Philosophy now, but whatever. I call you Prima. But yeah, so I'm having a lot of fun, and I want to finish this, and then I'll probably rebuy it to do it another way. Themed books are fun though, less pressure. There's like literally no guesswork here. I mean, just pull out my pastel pencils and call it good. So I would like to try and finish that this year. It's quite a few pages though. I would need to probably tackle 1 or 2 a month. So it may not happen, but the closer I get to finishing it without rushing. So all these things I picked, I don't want to rush. I definitely don't want to rush this one. This is a treasure. For one, you can't even buy this anymore. All her stuff is sold out on her website, and all the stores on Etsy that carried it are all sold out of everything. Now I'm hoping they're printing and making more so that we can jump back in. But yeah, keep that in mind. So I'm taking my time with this bad boy. So if I finish only 3 pages this year, I don't care, as long as I'm happy with them. But I think that sums up the 10 books I want to finish for 2022. I would love to hear what you are going to try and do. Did you complete the books of 2021? Did you have the same issue I did, you know, where I was just like, well, I bought all these new cute books and I hate everything else. So plus it'll help once I get everything in the new art studio. I can have it all laid out. I can have these in their own devoted area. And then my bookcase won't be so full and cramped as well, so I can actually like look and see what's in there too. But yeah, so that's a really important part of it as well. But I'd love to hear what you're going to work on this year, or if you're just going to kind of follow along and see where we all get. I know Amberly Silencia, a wonderful, wonderful woman here on YouTube, she just did hers, and it kind of inspired me to revamp my list. So I will try to remember to link to her video, or at least tag her below. So you can just click on that tag in the description and it'll take you to her channel. But yeah, she did her video, and she's all organized with like a calendar and how many I'm not doing that. I'm putting a sticky note, and that's all you're getting from me. So she's way more organized. So if you want to see an organized list, go over there. But thanks, guys, for hanging out with me while we go over my ambitious 2022 10 books to finish. And we'll see where I get. But until next time, guys, take care. Bye now.